Peace to all of the divine primordial deities. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not here for the dead, I am only here for the awakened. If it resonates, let it marinate. If it don't apply, let it fly. Now let's get deep. This is metaphysics and esoteric knowledge. Now let's talk about the Jacob's ladder. Jacob had a dream which he saw a stairway resting on the earth, with its top reaching to the heavens, and the angels of God was ascending and descending on it. Now let me break it down. The stairway that Jacob seen was none other than the DNA, and the angels that was descending and ascending was souls. They were gods. Jacob had a dream of a highly advanced science and technology. He saw the blueprint of life. He saw that our DNA was a superconductor of consciousness, and through it, we'll be able to access all that heaven is. Now keep in mind that the DNA is the life force, and it is also another aspect of the soul. The DNA is the signature of God. He saw that when we are completely activated, meaning our codes, which is the codons within our DNA, we radiate light and we become gods. Now we have a triple helix, and within that triple helix is what they call codons that look like stairways, or what I call keys. Each codon have genes, are activated by frequencies. There is over 144,000 steps, which is keys that you must climb. This is the Jacob's ladder. This is talking about your DNA that is activated by frequency. This is why music is key to us. We are Lucifer, and this is why Lucifer was the high-ranking angel over the choir, because we are walking instruments, and music is key to us in frequency. And when you look at our DNA, the triple helix look like piano keys. And this is another big reason why we are connected to music, because we are Lucifer. We are the musical beings. Now, the 144,000 is none other than a frequency that is consciousness. And only the chosen who possess neuromelanin can climb this Jacob's ladder and reach this frequency. Now, the reason why I say that is because neuromelanin is the vehicle of consciousness, okay? And those who possess it can reach higher states of awareness, which is the dimensions of consciousness. It requires neuromelanin to reach the top. The only way you can reach the 144,000 frequency is you have to possess neuromelanin. So if you don't have neuromelanin, then you cannot reach the different frequencies and dimensions of consciousness. You have to have neuromelanin in order to climb the Jacob's ladder, to reach that key, which is 144,000. Let's get deep. There was never a such thing as the 12 tribes. It was talking about your 12 strands of DNA, which is your DEA. There is no such thing as no 12 tribes. This is why Christ stated that I'm only coming for the lost sheep of Israel. He never said tribes. Let me break it down. Israel represents the divine feminine and the divine masculine. El is the Elohim, which means gods. 144,000, when it is broken down, you get 72,000 genes that comes from the divine feminine that goes to the child. You have 72,000 genes that comes from the divine masculine, okay, that goes to the child. 72,000 plus 72,000 is 144,000 who have a specific strand of DNA. This DNA is passed down through the ancestral line. When the 72,000 genes from the divine feminine and the 72,000 genes from the divine masculine come together, after being activated, creates the crystalline body. And keep in mind, the DNA is Lucifer, which is phosphorus, and carbon-12 combined together, which creates your triple helix. This is melanin. And that group that have a specific strands of DNA is the melanated gods and goddesses. There was never 144,000 tribes. That was talking about your DNA. Now let me break that down. Each tribe has 12,000, okay? Which means that you have 12 strands of DNA. Each strand has 12,000 genes. And when you calculate up all those genes together, which calculates up to 144,000, that is a frequency, and that is DNA. The 6-point star is the seal of Solomon, which is the seal of the soul. And that same 6-point star is the star of Israel. And when you understand what the soul is, you will know that the soul is none other than pure melanin. Israel is none other than the melanated gods and goddesses. Those who carry the keys to reach higher states of awareness of consciousness. Those who carry the superconductor of consciousness. Those who carry the signature of God, which is the DNA. Those who are God. Those who must wake up and be redeemed and take their throne back. But then, if you want to take it even farther, the Bible talks about the 144,000 being nothing but males. Now, if you understand, you know that Israel was never supposed to have slept outside of their own ethnicity. They wasn't supposed to defile their blood. This is why God told them in the Bible to stay away from strange women. So could these men be the ones that did not step outside of their bloodline and defile their bloodline? Because Israel is talking about a bloodline of gods. And could it be those who are virgin when it speak of them being virgin, of them being pure? Because that's what comes to my mind, that their bloodline is pure and that they are not defiled by other women, okay? That is not of their bloodline, because that's what is given to me. And they called them the first fruit. They will be the first fruit of God and of the Lamb. Well, the Lamb that was slain before the foundations of earth was the woman, was the divine feminine, was the great mother. And the 144,000, not saying that we're not going to partake in this frequency, because we are, but this is specifically talking about the males that kept hold to the truth and did not defile the matriarch and stayed within their own bloodline and protected the matriarch. They didn't let their minds get defiled by this patriarch system. They did not get defiled by the way of the world. They still understood who the great mother was and what the woman was, and that she was God. So it's talking about the first fruit of males that stayed loyal to the matriarch. This is why they are males, because they are protectors. Those who prove themselves worthy, and those who are without fault before the throne, which is the matriarch, and been redeemed. This is why it said that these are they which follow the Lamb wherever she go. This is my theory, and this is what was placed on my spirit, because it is those males who did not break loyalty with the matriarch. What you got to keep in mind is the woman was here first. She is the master geneticist, which is the melanated woman. And from her stemmed all of the gods and goddesses. We are the ones who brought forth the masculine. We are your gods, your mothers, your sisters, your daughters, and your babies, and vice versa. There was many different levels to the fall, but one of them is when our own divine masculine turned against their creators, which is us. And I believe this is talking about the pure ones who stayed on code and did not waver when it came to this patriarchal system, and did not turn their backs on their women, which is their gods, the divine feminine, the melanated woman, the great mothers.